Welcome to the slow.
And we're back
We're
with
back.
episode 38 because I just looked it up.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I was like, wait, we need to know what episode we're on because we mess it up every single time. We have no idea. So I had to look up, and we are on episode 38.
Look at that. We're getting professional. All right.
Just one step closer.
It is basically
Is
Christmas.
that all it takes to make us professional? Is just know what number we're on, count numerically?
I think it's a step in the right direction. You know.
Yeah.
But it's basically Christmas Eve or like Christmas or December 22nd or whatever. However the math actually works out because it's almost.
Well, you guys get there Wednesday night, don't you?
I won't be there till Thursday evening.
Taylor's getting there Wednesday.
Wednesday evening, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess Lauren's gonna get there Thursday morning or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Did he say what time?
Thursday morning.
Okay.
I don't know if it was morning. Oh yeah, it was.
He's taking his son to school and then he'll head out. So
I'm gonna text Mr. Cody Sainer right now as we're talking to see if he wants to do breakfast.
oh, look at that.
I would like to do breakfast maybe like Friday morning.
Yeah, as long as the I don't have to do track work. I mean, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
So.
But of course, the thing we're talking about right now is the LCRC opener. 2026 season coming in hot. I'm so stoked, especially after going there to run a couple packs this past weekend.
Yeah, how was that?
Oh, dude, I only ran 4 packs. I ran 1 through my truck, and I ran 3 through my e-buggy because I didn't want to stick around. So I ran a pack through my e-buggy, charged it, and I have 2 e-buggy packs. So I had 2 more packs, and I have my truggy pack, and I put my charger away. And Ezra's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, if I don't put my charger away, then I'm inclined to charge my batteries and stick around. But I got to get home for wing night with my parents.
Yeah.
Which that, went out the fucking window anyways because of Dodge transmissions. Irregardless. Nah, track was sick. Like,
I have tons of questions. So in case you guys didn't know, they're listening. LCRC is kind of doing these. Is preemptive the word? I don't know if that's what the definition of that word even means, but it seems to fit, and I'm going with it.
Inaugural.
They're doing preemptive, yeah, inaugural, annual inaugural practice days, kind of randomly as it fits for staff and the weather. And they've done a couple the last few weekends, and that's what Alex was attending. It looked like a pretty big turnout.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of people there.
And then my question to you is, are you running the same size battery in your truggy as the e-buggy?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
And when we dabble into PNB later, we can go into why specifically, but we'll leave that be for now. No, I run a full size 4-cell, the big tall boy in my truck, and then I run the low pro sticks on my e-buggy.
The big pounders.
Yeah, the big pounders. I run the 20 ounces on the truck and then the 16s on the buggy, But it was funny how you were saying about when staffing allows. So I get there and I walk in the shop. And of course, Bob's packing up parts. And I was like, "Oh, he got you hard at work, huh?" Normal banter. And go in, there's Krista behind the counter. And she's like, "Hi." Hi. And she said, "All right, I'm leaving. Bye." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Oh, it's girls' day." I'm like, "It's practice day. What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, I double booked." And I'm like, "And Kevin's fishing." She's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "So Burns is in charge." And she's like, "Well, that's why you came, right?" And I'm like, "No." But so yeah, Burns was in charge. So that was fun.
So how was running practice on the announcing booth the whole weekend? I'm kidding.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about going inside. I was telling the one time Ezra and I were walking up, we were just going up the stairs, and I told Ezra, I'm like, should I start yelling at people, making sure they start using the ramp now? Or and he's like, don't you dare.
Start yelling for marshals.
Yeah, right. But no, it was super cool. Burns did a killer job keeping moisture in the track, and it was very laid back. Yeah.
I'm glad he opted to take over.
Yeah.
From now on for the 2026 season.
Yep.
Thank you, Alex Burns. I hope you listen to this before this coming weekend.
Yeah, he did a fine job. But so yeah, I'm super stoked. I was surprised, and Ezra said the same thing. We were both surprised how like instantly it clicked because we ran that layout at the Halloween race, and it has the abrupt right hand turn right
Oh,
after the
jeez,
straight, and we were both
I
impressed. We
forgot all
didn't.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were both shocked we didn't smash through that pipe and put our car in half the first time we went out.
Dude, that was hilarious. When we first started running on that for Halloween
Oh
race,
yeah,
everyone forgetting. You'd be down there talking to somebody in the pit lane, and then all of a sudden you hear "fuck," and then you see something just tumbling
yeah.
in the air.
I can't wait to see Mike and Lauren and Chris all take the tumble.
Hopefully
So
they
it's
don't
really
listen to
funny.
this.
Like I'm right here.
Well, Mike
um,
will. He knows, but
oh. But no, it was funny. Like I thought it was the same layout as Cancer Race, and I was like, wait, they changed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go back and look at the VOD for the Halloween race. I was like, oh, it is a different layout.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't run on this, and I was like, oh wait, there's no straightaway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So this layout too. What was it like their third longest run line or something they were saying when they were looking through the Bible? I think.
Way too long.
Nah.
For me to remember
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I believe you're probably right.
Yeah. It's a very fast layout. Like it's very flowy. Uh. Yeah. I love this layout. It's just so much fun. And I was really impressed just throwing down my truck and like doing the truck thing and there's this orange truck behind me and I'm like I'm gonna try to stay ahead and I was. And I'm like I made a mistake, the orange truck got around me. And then I caught up to the orange truck and started passing. And I make a mistake or they make a mistake. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Nipple, is that you? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, why am I keeping up with you right now? So truck styled is my point. Everyone's
Is that you? Both your cars were after our discussions for your PNB, right?
yeah, it was exactly like I didn't even check ride height or camber. I just put a battery in. So I didn't want to do anything too special, which I know my buggy diffs. I went to 10.10.7 in my buggy for the grip because grip was pretty high at PNB and at LCRC for this practice day it was pretty dusty and loose. So those diffs weren't optimal, and now I'm debating whether I'm gonna do 12.10.7 or just go back to 10.7.5. So
To compensate for the dust.
well, 10.7.5 is what's been like the Bible in that car for me.
Yeah.
Always works. But I know my 10 and my 7 is fresh. It only has literally that bit of practice on it. So I'm also lazy. So if I only have to put fluid in one diff, might as well just put 12 in the front and try it.
Yeah.
So I'm since we got practice day, I might just try that, and then if I don't like it, I'll go back to what I know.
I wanted to try a couple of different things with my car as well, so curious. I was hoping to get it out this last weekend, but that kind of just didn't happen. But
Yeah.
it is.
I know, Taylor, you were giving a lot of support to the people that were there because there's a few people like, I'm just going to text Taylor and ask him what I should do. I was telling him, like, don't let Taylor lie to you. He don't know what he's doing. But I'm texting Taylor. I'm like, why are you lying to these poor people?
You sent me that Snapchat. I'm like, I hope you don't think I'm actually lying to them and like trolling them, because when somebody
Yeah.
like with you guys, like we like to troll each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, you'll ask me what to do, and sometimes I'll be like, max droop, when
Yeah.
you're like don't have I don't know too much grip or just trolling you.
Yeah.
Far left.
Yeah.
And then, but when other people outside for the Mugen stuff always message me, like I'm not trolling them, I'm giving them legit feedback. So.
But yeah, camper is mostly level. I leveled it.
It's a little high on my side, so my fat ass can kind of just level.
Well, so I forgot my level, and I'm bitter, and I'm a big, strong, independent man. So
I got a phone for that.
yeah, well, I used the kitchen counter and a nitro tuning screwdriver, and when the screwdriver stopped rolling forward or backward or left or right, dialed. So if you feel a little crooked in there, Taylor, feel free to even it out as you see
Yeah.
fit. But I think we're pretty close.
It seemed like a lot of people were dropping the trailers off
Yeah.
still in preparation.
Which it was funny because I was like, that was my plan. Was I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take the camper now, and then like I'm not gonna have anyone in my way, and then like that whole corner of people was already there, which is fine. But like, yeah, this wasn't the plan. But yeah, Dennis Brew was well. Dennis brought his bus back in. He drove straight there after PNB, and then he just brought like his Nitro Caddy trailer. But Vin dropped his stuff off. Smoji was dropping his stuff off. Gutshaw dropped his stuff off. Brappenberg, not Gutshaw, Brappenberg did. Yeah. You even caught the Garrises there at the end. They pulled in right as I was getting ready to leave, dropping their stuff off. So, people are definitely stoked.
So many people I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, for sure. That was the cool part. It was like the first day of school back. You know what I mean? When you don't, nothing serious, and you're just seeing your friends. Like, oh, I missed you guys. But
some people showing off their new school outfit. Like
yeah, right.
Hey, look at me.
Yeah. Toby was busy, so he couldn't show off his new camper.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think he was streaming a Park Lane Hobbies race, I believe.
Yeah.
They had a little,
the mini-Z race.
Yeah, he was working. Understandable. We'll give him a pass this one time. But yeah, that's all I really have for practice day. I mean, it's exactly what it was. It was a practice day. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you leave that practice day thinking, okay, I got some data, I'm gonna make some adjustments off that data before my cars even hit the track again?
Not really, because other than the diff thing that I said about, which I kind of assumed that anyway. I assumed the diffs in my e-buggy wouldn't be great. But other than that, I didn't want to try to base too much because it was dustier than I know it's going to be on race weekend. But it was still nice just to run the cars, run the packs, especially, get more time on the truck. So I'm definitely very confident now, more than anything. And other than the diffs, I can't think of anything I need to change. And freshen them up and probably shock oil I'm pretty sure my shock oil wasn't the most perfect for the temperature, but whatever.
Granted, I could be guilty of this. Sometimes I just get a little lazy and then I'll throw it in for the day or a couple days, but we should be changing it for the optimal performance of the temperature.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was figuring going into that practice day was, and that's why I didn't even worry about ride height or camber. I knew it was set, at PNB, and I know traveling and getting air in them, they're not gonna stay perfect, of course, just from traveling, but they aren't gonna be that far off.
I have my fancy Swiss vacuum pump that you can use to take those air out.
Yeah.
You and Williard and everybody could use it.
Yeah, that's true. You do have the Swedish penis pump. But so yeah, I'm gonna drain the shocks out and everything, and redo the diffs and truck. I would like to. I still have that new chassis for my e-buggy, so after what I learned at PNB with the things Techno's doing, I'm ready to just put that new chassis on and then ride out that car until a new car comes out.
Whoa, what are you alluding to?
How much can we allude? I mean, there's a new car. It's in exists. It exists. It's far from actually being released, but it exists.
Yeah. If you don't think people are always testing something new, you're kind of silly and you're not being real.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, it's pretty much confirmed everywhere else. Not everyone knows, but it's not hard to find out this information, so it's not like it's super insider anymore. But a new buggy does exist, but they're the drivers that had it at PNB. I was talking to both of them a little bit, and they were both like going super opposite ends of the spectrum on setup, just trying to get data on the car. Like every time they went out, they're like, okay, you do this, that, and the other, and then I'll do the complete opposite. And then they'd sit there and, okay, well, this worked and this didn't, this sucked. Okay, let's take the things that work. Now I'll throw the book in this direction, you throw the book in that. And it was kind of neat to watch them do their thing like that. But yeah, it's definitely far from being, released or anything. So no one get your hopes up.
Yeah, that no one knows yet if how it sits today is how it's going to release in the future.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Absolutely. That's why they have to test it.
If all the parts are going to work. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know they have a bunch of different option parts right now. Like I don't I don't want to say and say things I shouldn't, but they got a lot of figuring out to do, and they're doing the work figuring it out. But especially for the pros that are testing it, from what I understand, this is only their second race with them. So I mean, obviously they're testing in between, but when they're at the races, they gotta A, test these new cars, and B, they still gotta worry about finishing well to pay their bills. So now they're like, well, I need to throw the book at it, but I have this car that I know I can get top 5 with, but I'm told I got to test the new car.
I will say the one thing that I've gotten out of everything so far, Alex, is that it sounds like Techno is expanding the horizon of what the chassis is going to be meant for, which is a good thing. So like, it's not going to it has the potential to excel in every single area.
How long has it been since the 2.2 was released?
Not long. It was 24. It came out summer of 24.
Yeah, something like that.
Or spring of 24. I know I bought mine not too long after it dropped. Yeah, because the Nitro car came out in spring, and then the E car came out like a couple months later. But so yeah, I mean they're about due. But my prediction is they're gonna go into Worlds with whatever new car, whatever they settle on for the new car up to that point. And I feel like if the car like kicks ass, then like a month later they'll drop it, and release it. But if they don't do that good, then I feel like they're just gonna go back to the drawing board. And because why would you release a new car that you just didn't do well with at Worlds? But then why wouldn't you release a new car that you kicked ass with at Worlds at the same time? So I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm a village idiot though. So.
I'm not sure how quick their production is, especially smaller in house. So they may wait a little while after Worlds if they do well.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, we can't make that prediction. We're not a big manufacturer.
Oh, I can. We can certainly sit here and make a prediction.
Yeah, let's make predictions.
Doesn't mean it's going to be
right.
Them.
January 4th, 2027, they will announce.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yep. Yeah, 2 weeks.
I'm gonna guesstimate anywhere between November and January.
Yeah.
And in that time, there will be 27 new re-releases from
X-Ray
Team Associated.
All the different 10-scale versions.
Yeah. Yep.
I saw
everything they've already made.
Do you guys see the one meme? I don't know if it was Memo Buggy or who, but it was Team Associated's dropping the Losi Double X Buggy or whatever. They're re-releasing a Losi car.
I haven't seen that.
That'd be really funny.
Because all the Losi fanboys are like, oh, why won't they re-release our vintage cars? And then Associated's like, don't worry, we'll just do it.
The Team Associated Triple X NT.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anywho's, before we start, we gotta play a disclaimer. We haven't even done that yet.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna do that now, and then we'll do other stuff.
That.
All right.
One hell of an intro.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Here it is.
Oh, I can't swear yet.
Disclaimer. You're about to listen/watch a podcast hosted by a group of friends who tend to use vulgar language and profanity, and also enjoy pounding adult beverages. Viewer discretion is advised. Lastly, we may be making some bold statements. All views and statements made in this podcast do not reflect the views of any sponsors, guests, followers, or any supporters of this podcast. So be cool and don't get offended. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy.
Dude, RC racing is boring to watch.
So, I wanted to start out asking a whole bunch of questions that are non-RC related. Blondes or brunettes?
Take the win. Aiden in the 2 spot. A last turn.
Oh, that's Davey. Oh, goodbye. Well, we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Welcome back.
On this episode, Alex is going to take this whole jar of melatonin and see what happens.
So, take melatonin, some X-Lax at the same time, and see what goes first.
Just relax and shit yourself.
I'm going to take a roofie and a Viagra.
That doesn't work.
I'm going to be sleeping, but my shirt's going to be poked up here.
Why, are you putting your mic underneath there?
Well, I'm going to put Mike underneath there.
Yeah.
All right, so what have you guys been up to? Mike, you've been closing the carpet season, haven't you?
Did we? Oh yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. We had the last race at TR for the season. I took third in the points for the year, so that's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for 2-wheel pro stock. So, it was what, Jared, Jim, then myself, I believe. So that was fun. It was a good day.
How
Was
tight
kind of
was it?
sad I want to say me to Jim, I think was like 8 points. I don't know what the points was to Jared, I forget. But the person behind me was only 1 point.
It
So,
doesn't matter
it
because
was
Jared, you lost. I hope you hear this. I'm kidding.
I beat Jared at one race all season. But yeah, no, like I'm kind of sad to hang up the carpet car because I really like driving it, but I'm really excited to start 8 skill.
Oh, me too. Something about being
Um,
outdoors and there's like more of my friends around. I
Yes.
love running my MSB1, which is now just sitting on top of my
Nitro truck
Nitro buggy
box.
box up there.
Nitro truck box.
And
Yeah, the Nitro box.
that's is that the
That is the Nitro
yeah,
truck
that
box.
is a truck box. Yeah, it is a truck box.
Nitro truck box.
It is a truck box,
Re-
and my MSB1 sitting up there.
Real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off, Taylor, but you have me so worried because I am so excited to wheel with you in e-truck. I'm so worried
no.
you have a nitro truck and I'm not gonna be able to wheel with you because I'm still convinced you do.
You see that thing right here,
Your thumb?
right above it.
Oh, I
it's
see a chassis.
Yeah, that's
I
my
see a
e-truck
wing.
that's not finished.
Because the nitro truck is.
No. Yeah, I've just been so busy. I haven't finished it.
Still no direct
And
answers
I'm
on nitro
completely
truck.
taking over Mike's time of Mike talking about.
I don't care.
how
You're,
he's
you're
been.
chilling.
He still hasn't said no to nitro truck.
Yes, he still has not. It's been a year almost.
Yeah,
since
he
you
has
guys
not
flew.
denied it.
If I see a nitro truck on his table, it will end up in the trash can. 'Cause he's lying.
No, he never lied. He never
When I
said
take
no.
Cody's nitro truck and I'm helping him pit or something like that. I'll just have you deal with the wrath of Cody after you throw his truck in the.
Well, I'll know it's Cody's truck.
Not if I just take my body and put on it.
No, I'll know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sense it. Because
Yeah.
I'll have Cody glaring at me through the fucking wall. I'll sense Cody, okay?
Yep.
No, I mean, outside of the carpet race, I don't think I raced since then because I was going to go to Beaver, but they canceled for good reason. I mean, it happens. And then this past weekend was a friend's bachelor party weekend that a lot of fun, shot a lot of guns, did some golf. Golfed 2 days. Yeah, and the last person left this morning when I went to work. So really just doing a little bit of everything now that it's spring and beautiful outside. Cut my grass 3 times already this year.
Oh hell yeah!
Really?
Yeah.
Crap.
I have to do it again this week before I leave. But yeah, I mean that's really about it. I was watching you at PNB. Lauren and I were. We were sitting here,
Yeah.
we play a game of Battlefield, and we're like, oh, Alex is up. Stop, watch.
I do. I appreciate. There was quite a few people that were texting me like on Saturday and stuff, and I really appreciate everyone that was tuning in to watch. Like, especially like when you text me and be like, "Hey, man, I see you're up in 5 minutes. I'll be watching," because then it made me super nervous. But like, it was also It was also super cool though, because I'm like, oh, these people are taking time out of their day to watch me case this jump. This is awesome. Like,
We care.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Especially like when the camera does follow you too. Like,
Yeah. Shout out Justin Davis.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to Jim, like I can watch a car and tell you what it's doing wrong. You
Yeah.
know what I mean, like, so it helps.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint
Yeah,
everyone.
he's
You couldn't
steering
watch
it
me
into
Sunday.
the pipe.
Yeah, I will say I did not see Alex like completely mess up. Like as far as like he didn't Schultz himself anytime on camera. It was great.
The cars were never good enough for me to do that.
Wow.
I never got them to where I wanted them to.
Buy a Mugen.
No, because I'm convinced after the changes they was gonna be
I had to.
friggin' dialed.
Yeah. So
You
just
left the
so
door
everyone
open, so I was
knows-
gonna insert.
No, I mean like I was still running 45-second laps, which was like pretty good. But I'm confident if I would have got the setup a little better, I would have been doing consistent 44s, which would have put me like close to the B main, I think. Maybe.
I mean, it all in all, when I was talking to Alex, I'm not going to dive too far into it, but everything that you were describing to me is you're not used to running 8 scale on anything higher than like medium grip.
Yeah.
Everything the car was doing was because it just overall had too much grip.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
that's
Learning
totally
curve.
normal. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Way
yeah,
too reactive.
Yeah.
No, not even that. Well, it was
Oh.
too lazy.
Well, it was
Okay.
It was reactive, but it was lazy.
it was both, yeah. Because like
Yeah.
the
It was
biggest thing
too
was
stuck.
yeah, the biggest thing, and it was both my cars, Taylor, coming out of like the hairpins, because like and then especially coming off of, because my last race would have been adrenaline with the wide pivot, and like I was really hauling ass, like steering with the throttle, like car felt great, and I went pretty much with my adrenaline setup, which I knew wasn't gonna work. So I spent all of practice like taking steering out of the car and everything, which I kind of planned on. But I wanted like how Mike was saying earlier, I wanted to see how it worked on a different track. But I got to a point where like going around a turn, like the hairpins, and I tried to just power slide through it, and when I'd let off the wheel, the car would just instantly hook straight at whatever way it was pointing instead of continue the slide. And then so I would overcorrect that, like, well, not really overcorrect, but in me trying to correct it and get it to where it wants to go, then I'm losing like a half a second every turn, and yeah, just weird. I never felt that before, But now I do know, and so I'm super stoked to do it again next year and go for some redemption. And you guys are going to come
So
with
next
this
year's
time.
definitely on the books.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I will gladly never race Motorama again, and race PNB every year.
Well, I had a great time just hanging out with
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
and just chilling.
I never plan
I
on
had
missing
an awesome
Motorama.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to
No,
go still
I
every
might
year,
just
but
do that again.
yeah,
Yeah.
If I were to skip the Motorama thing next year, it'd probably be possible for me to look at PNB. So
yeah.
I also forgot that I had Friday off. Technically, my
Yeah.
employees have Friday off for Good Friday.
Mhm.
I end up having to use time unless I want to not work, but I ended up working kind of anyways because you're always working with my
Yeah.
job. But people were calling me and stuff like that. Although I was using vacation time, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it came up that week, I was like, oh shoot, I have this day off anyways, and it's one less day I'd have to use technically for vacation. But
Yeah, that was
And on the other side of it, though, I don't believe PNB's on Easter weekend every year. I
no,
don't remember that being a
no,
thing.
it's not.
So
Yeah, I don't know how it ended up being this year. I don't know if that was um who is it? What's his name? Dave? Right? That runs race time?
yeah, Dave Leakum,
Yeah. So I
Dave
yeah. I don't know if he needed it to be this date or it was just how the dates fell down with the venue. Or maybe he got a killer deal being Easter weekend that the venue was super cheap or something. I mean, I don't know. It makes sense. There was still 700 some entries, so like yeah, it was down
Seems
from the
kind of low
thousand.
for a PNB turnout,
Well,
doesn't it?
yeah, it was 300 entries light compared to
Yeah.
previous couple years, but I don't know, it's still a vibe. Like I wish they didn't
Oh
do
yeah.
the 3 hour break in the middle of quals, but I
It's
get it.
crazy we're saying 700 some entries is light.
Yeah, right.
It's nuts.
I mean, that's still
I know.
the biggest race I've ever been to by almost twice the entries. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of that, I was just getting text messages to ask if we're booking or I am booking an Airbnb to split for the Mugen Challenge. So people are already planning that far in
Oh, for
advance for
sure.
August. So if you're listening to this and you're coming to the Mugen Challenge or want to, you should probably start booking
Now,
an Airbnb now.
yeah, or a camper at the track.
Yeah. Oh, that's
That's a
great
thing.
segue to the new LCRC package where you can rent a camper for the weekend.
hmm I do
Yeah.
believe all the gravel camping spots I think are already spoken for. Like bring your own camper spots. I have no clue on the rental campers what the
Yeah.
deal is there. Which the I think they still have where Ron G's camper was parked. I think one of Kevin and Krista's campers. I think that was one of theirs parked in that spot. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's staying there or if it was just there for that moment, being out of the way. But point being, they still have that, so I think there's still campers for sale at really sweet deals.
Yeah. It's a pretty crazy deal.
It
Both
really
roughly
is.
$6,000 for
Yeah.
Like,
two full size campers that were pretty loaded on the inside. Yeah.
yeah, it was like 6,500 for the one and like 55 for the other or something.
Like I want to buy one so
Yeah.
I have a vacation home at LCRC, and then but still have my camper there.
You just go next door.
Yeah.
When you're sick of our shit,
Yeah.
you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm done with you guys. Go to your other camper.
Yeah, just literally next door.
Come on, dog.
Yeah. Dog won't come with me. He'll be too busy cuddling Mike.
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
But,
Or licking Chris in the face while he's sleeping.
yeah, or his toes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do be licking toes. You just like daddy. Anyways. What were we talking about? Where were we going with this train?
Psycho. We were talking Psycho.
Oh yeah.
Are we
Okay.
jumping in Psycho Nitro now?
Yeah. Where are we taking this train?
Well, I was catching up. Taylor didn't catch up yet.
Oh, geez. Do we need to? Spotlight's on me.
You ran 10 scale buggy. Blah blah blah.
Well, I really haven't since. the
Oh,
last time we
your new
recorded.
bodies.
Oh yeah.
Those are
I
sweet.
did want to mention that too.
Yeah.
So, gosh, it was a while ago. I told Mike I was going to send him a couple more bodies, and also one of the triggering things too was I wanted a new short course body that's not completely destroyed like every short course body does after one run. Unfortunately, so I sent him a short course body and some new buggy bodies and all that stuff. And after a little while, he sent me a message. He goes, "Hey, do you mind if I take free reign and like change your scheme up just a little bit?" And he told me it wasn't gonna be too much, but he had some ideas. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not a creative person, like in that sense. Maybe in some other senses, but I'm not that artistic. Like I can see things, and like I'm like, oh yeah, that's great, you know." But I'm not one to just draw a scheme and pick it out and it be the coolest thing ever. No, it's gonna look like some little kindergartner drew art project with stick figures. So I just found out last night what it was, and I am pretty stoked about it. I am extremely happy. So Mike Treharn, MT Designs. If you look him up on Facebook, my painter guy, and does some pretty cool work and very talented guy. The lines of it extremely crisp, detailed, and added some like splatter effects into the gray part. And then what you kind of can't see in some of the pics that he posted is it's like a marbleized effect and the white checkers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
No,
a lot of
definitely.
small little details.
They looked very pretty on Facebook.
Yeah, and Taylor, my comment earlier, at least it'll be a couple months, so like you'll have them nice and broken. This way, when I smack it off pit lane, I won't feel as bad.
Like I said, it completely unexpected, just like in that moment where it happened. And I'm just like, what do I do now?
Um, I wanted to I want to take the LCRC discussion direction of this podcast at the moment because I have some funny things I was thinking about. They probably won't be as funny to our common listeners because they don't know the characters involved in my funnies. But so Pappy Jim Lonzo's doing the nitro car thing now, right?
Yes, he is.
And the captain Matt Williard was at practice day, and we were talking.
Like Jim bought a nitro buggy and he's doing nitro.
Yeah, he bought Petrola's.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I think this is news to me.
It
I was going
probably
over
is,
the
yeah.
final setup of it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking to Williard, and I'm like, so I'm guessing you're gonna not focus on E-Truck 2 and do full nitro buggy since Pappy Jim's doing it. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, who's gonna pit for Lonzo? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, can it please be Scott? Can Scott Turner please pit for Jim? No, I think it has to be Scott. I really want to see Scott pitting. And for the people that know Scott and Jim, they're pit buddies. They always stay in the camper together, and they're like brothers.
It's like a Rob and Samoji.
Yeah,
type
yeah. It's
relationship.
basically
Yeah.
another Rob and Samoji type relationship, and
I just said Rob and Samoji.
oh, I doubled down. It's a Rob and Dennis relationship.
Yeah,
And-
I'm sorry, Dennis.
and speaking of Rob and Dennis, they were both there practice day, and when Rob came in a little later with dropping off his camper and was catching up with Rob, I was like, oh, by the way, Rob, don't worry, you still have a job with Dennis because I flamed him out twice. Oh,
It's true.
I never sent
did.
the picture. I wanted to show you guys.
What am I looking at?
They're about healed now. I took a picture of them. You can see how green and I am how green I am to pitting nitro based off of the wounds I developed. Let me find it here. Here we go. Focus.
The pipes.
Yep.
White burn marks. Yeah.
Yep. I didn't even notice I had them until I got home Monday night and I was showering and like washing my legs and I'm like, what's this scab down here? And yeah. Now
Why is my leg burned?
yeah. Now my camera needs to refocus. Come on back. Enhance.
Mike, Cody wants to do Friday morning as well.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, you gotta wait till it actually focuses.
Dude,
though.
do I hold my hand though?
Yeah.
Just tell me-
Well,
what do we
it
got
should
here?
autofocus on it. It's just being dumb.
I mean, my hand looks nice. So I gotta. Wow. All right. Anyways.
Man, this thing looks like a bag of dicks. Like, who took care of this car? It is just in rough shape.
What are you looking at?
Mr. Tom Petrella?
Oh,
I'm joking, Tom.
that's mean.
It's after Jim built it. So you're
Oh.
giving Jim shit, not Tom.
Super
That's
mean.
why I give Tom some
Super mean. That's all I had with LCRC direction. I wanted to pitch that in while we were still on the train. Anyways, PNB.
Yep. So somebody here in this group took a 10-hour trip down south to race and take some naps. Who was that, Alex?
Yeah,
who went to PNB?
Unfortunately, it was me taking naps at PNB at inopportune times.
But let's do this in a chronological order. Sorry for a spoiler alert. Your camera's unfocused still.
Yep.
Let's roll back to Thursday.
Yeah.
If I do
Yeah.
this.
So, how was the trip down?
Trip down was super smooth. Hey,
Okay.
that worked perfect.
That's better.
Um, I left at I did a half day at work, so I left at 11. I was in like no rush to get down. Like I kind of like in my head, like I'm like yeah, like nothing's going on tonight. Practice don't start till 6 in the morning. Like I'm gonna get there at like 6:30 or whatever, like in the evening, so like plenty of time. Like oh maybe I'll do a little sightseeing, or if I see something I'll stop. And if anyone's ever driven through Somerville, West Virginia, and you know how you're on the highway for 3 hours and all of a sudden you're on a highway of lights for an hour, that quickly went out the window and all I wanted to do was get there. So I didn't do any sightseeing. I stopped to pee twice. Got down there, uh, called Mike Lopes, got my pit spot there with the Techno team. I was pitting under Lopes' tent, broke out my cars, built my shocks, enjoyed a couple beverages, caught up with Pierre's, Brew, Malone, all the Northeast guys that were down there. And then we didn't get into the Skippy that night.
Oh, you did bring some.
Oh, I'll get into that. But
Okay, this is news to me.
so yeah, I just enjoyed some Colorado Kool-Aid. Nothing crazy. We didn't go hard. Just hey, how you been? We were probably at the track till probably midnight because we were like getting our cars ready and stuff. And we went to Sonic was the only place open, so we had Sonic for dinner. It was me, Lopes, and Chris and Cash Pieri in the same Airbnb, and no one went to check into it. So they just sent us a code, and Lopes.
Oh, you didn't take your trailer. I was thinking you were taking.
No, I was going to if we were all going to go,
Okay.
but then as the numbers started fading, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not worth me taking my camper.
Yep.
But so yeah, we got an Airbnb, and it was like in this campground. It was a little like fishing cabin along the lake. It was super dope. But we tried to find it at midnight, and none of us were ever there. And so it was funny because it's 3 cars, and we all like picked different directions to go into the campsite, and then we all got lost equally together. And then like we're shouting at each other in the window, like Chris Pierre's making fun of me. He's like, "Hey, Alex, are we in the fifth wheel or the bumper pool?" Like, we're in a cabin, damn it. So, like, it was kind of like it was a beautiful campground, but at nighttime when you just feel like you're driving through people's lawns, like it was a little sketchy. But long story short, we found where we were staying, and this cabin was sweet. It had like a whole like den, like outdoor screened in den, had a hot tub. Like it was sweet. We were watching The Dictator, great movie.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Makes me laugh just now.
But so yeah, I definitely like if y'all come next year, like I want to get that cabin because there was 4 full-size beds, and then still the couch. Like it was sweet, and it was only $600 for Thursday through Monday. So like it was
That's not bad.
actually yeah, 15 minutes from the track, lakeside, like literally like if the water wasn't down, I could have thrown a baseball into the water, and I'm not a baseball player. But they had the lake drained like 10 feet. Anywho's, so go to sleep.
So that's Thursday.
That's Thursday. Go to sleep. Get up. I wanted to be there early. Like I wanted to be first car on the track, and I was. Like I wasn't like literally first car on the track, but by like 6:05 I was on the track. Or no, it was actually before 6. So they opened up the track at like 6:45, and when I saw that, I'm like, "Fuck, get my car." So I wanted to breaking the truck in was my main priority.
Did you go out with the car or the truck first?
Truck. I didn't.
Okay.
I went out with truck a lot.
And for the listeners too, you have a brand new Techno e-truck.
Brand new.
Built.
Brand new. Yep.
Just assembled it. Never ran it.
Yep. Only
And
turned on
showed
the
up.
power to make sure it did all the things. So
Okay.
brand new.
And set the droop.
And set the yes, I did that. I
Yeah.
set the droop. So yeah, I track ratted for probably like the first 2 hours while it was fairly calm, till like 8 o'clock. You could get a good bit of track time in without waiting too long. I threw my buggy down once or twice. Oh yeah, I have that bad boy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But so yeah, went through them pretty hard with the truck, and then I rebuilt the shocks on truck, and it was like starting to get a good line. So you were waiting in line for like 3 or 4 sorts of practice. They were doing just 5-minute clips. But I started throwing the buggy down a little bit, and I really liked the buggy. Like the first 2 packs I went in, like I made a couple. Like I said, I had my adrenaline set up, so I put some toe in the back of the car and went stiffer on my front sway bar, and that pretty much set me where I wanted to with how the track was at that time. So I'm like I'm good with my buggy for now. Like I was still gonna hit it again later on as the track developed, but like I'm good with that for now. I want to keep breaking the truck in. So did that till I don't know, probably like 11 o'clock. And then Mike Lopes and I went to a Mexican restaurant down the road for lunch. Delicious. Had quesadillas, tacos, and a burrito. Oh, so good. And then we
Taco Bell.
went.
Shout out to Taco Bell.
It wasn't Taco Bell. It was actual Mexican. It was fucking awesome. But so then we went back and slept. We slept till like 5:30 because they were doing driver pictures from 6 to 8. So we went back and slept. Got back for driver pictures.
Till 5:30 p.m. Right?
Yeah, p.m.
Okay.
So we went and took our pictures. Cash and I ran 1 pack of buggy because the line was short right when we got there. But then, because everyone was showing up to take their pictures and stuff that left anyway, so the line got pretty busy quick. So then I took Cash to the gym because there was a Planet Fitness only 10 minutes going the other way from the track. Killed Cash's chest. We did chest and tries. So that was very rewarding for me to see him struggle to buckle the seatbelt. Then we went to Walmart and liquor store to get provisions for Skippy. And got back. To be clear, Cash was not drinking anything, nor was he handling any of the alcohol. That's a fact. But we went, did all that, got back to the track. I mixed up Skippy, and off we went. It was like 9 o'clock by the time we got back. So then I'm like, okay, now like it's serious. Like I'm setting up my cars for tomorrow. And it got to like midnight, and I just like started doing the time in my head, and they like, dropped the sheets and stuff, and I'm like, huh.
This is after practice, but before qualifying, right?
This is during because practice went the whole way to Q1. Practice ran till 6 a.m. So
it's 24 hours straight of practice.
Yeah. So it's like midnight, and they dropped the heat sheets, and we still have 6 more hours of practice. And I'm like doing the math, and I'm like, I won't be up till like 11 o'clock. So really, I can practice till they shut down practice, then go back and sleep, and like, that'll work out perfect. So that was my plan. And so I'm track ratting all night. Like I got a lot of track time, and I was making a lot of changes to my buggy and stuff, trying different tires. And then it was like 5 in the morning. I saw Dennis Brew, and I remembered I'm pitting for Dennis Brew this weekend. Shit, Dennis is like race 3. Well, there goes my plan. So then I instantly went back to my pit, set my cars down, and then went into my real car and took a 45-minute nap. And got up, and Q1 began. So pitted Dennis for his cars, ran my cars.
How was your first time pitting a nitro car?
I think it went great. The whole time.
Well, practice is easy, though.
Dennis,
or not practice, but qualifier.
Yeah.
Qualifier.
Dennis is probably going to kill me because he didn't know. But I'm pretty sure Dennis was convinced I was super experienced in pitting. Like, done it many times, because he kept making the jokes like, oh, yeah, Rob's going to be pissed you're pitting for me. He's going to think he's losing his job. I got a real pit guy now, like cracking jokes. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've never done this before. But like it was like he was so confident. I didn't want to tell him I never did it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can do it. But yeah, like you said, qualifiers is easy. Just make sure he's filled up with fuel and
Yeah.
pretty much
And
it.
the rest is on him.
Yeah. Um, which and Dennis drove great. His in Q1, he put himself in the A main right off the rip. You know, with all three, he ran 40 plus a buggy and then sportsman, nitro, and truck. So did what he needed to do right off the rip. So that was super cool. And then
Before we get too far into qualifying, I want a question about practice. So the one picture that I saw of the track, driver stand on the far side, people were in the bleachers on the other side of the track.
correct.
The line had looped around to like past staging
Yeah,
and going toward like at the beginning of the Joker lane.
yeah.
How long was it to get onto the stand from that point? Because
It's
that's the
probably
longest
like
I've ever seen that line.
Well, so I've heard that was the shortest a lot of people have seen. Well, not the shortest, but like the shortest peak. Because Pierres were saying last year when it was really busy, people were up the stairs on the top of the bleachers, going down the walkway behind the bleachers.
Okay.
But that was still like they were taking 16 or 18 drivers at a time, which was fine. But that was, a 20 to 30 minute wait once it got to the stage. And
Yeah.
I don't want to stand there with my car for that long. I don't, especially when I know
Yeah.
if I wait an hour or two, I only have to wait 5 minutes. But any other bits with practice?
Could you feel your truck progressing as it broke in?
Yeah, definitely. Just like Mike was saying when I called him a couple times over the phone, how like it's just gonna feel like a bag of dicks while the diffs break in and ass is all over the place. And the first like 3 packs, that's basically what it felt like. And each pack it got just progressively better, and it was like the 4th or 5th pack till I was like, oh, like it's handling now, like
Yep.
it's doing things
Like
I can predict it now.
when I had mine at LCRC last year, I did the pre-break-in on the drive line with a Dremel and sanded and did all the stuff you're supposed to do. Um, I did like 4 or 5 battery packs in practice, and it didn't start to really lock in until like main day.
Yeah. See, I didn't do any of the pre-break in, and I still think it's still breaking in. Like it still feels like it's getting better without even making setup
Yeah.
changes. So I definitely want to track wrap more this Friday at LCRC with just truck. But I mean, that always dictates on what else we're doing for work. So we'll see. But I'm confident in the truck now. I'm confident in it. But
Good.
yeah. So going into Q1 for my program, truck.
How far back were you? So you took a 45-minute nap, you pitted Brew for his qualifier round 3. What number were you?
So Brew was race like 4. He was like within the first 5 races,
Okay.
and then he was race 16 and like 21 or something like that, and then I was race 33. So I never really had time to go sleep, so I just stayed up. So Q1, I went out with truck first. It was still being broken, and track was different. There was some left to be desired, but I was happy with it. I couldn't complain too much.
Also cool that there was just one big open truck class.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
also
Well,
got
they
to
had a
run with
sportsman
the likes
truck.
of. Oh, did they?
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I was on the stand with Mad Matty and Spencer Rivkin, so like, and then of course Ezra and Thomas didn't run truck, but so that's another thing I'm super excited with the expert class at LCRC is like I was telling Ezra, I'm like I'm really excited to wheel with you in truck, and everyone else, Gibbler and Van, and but anyways, wind it back. So yeah, first race in truck was good. I left to be desired, which I expected. I haven't ran truck in years. Buggy, I fell off the track on the backside tabletop, and no one saw me, so I had like a minute and 20-second lap or something. Like I basically lost a lap from that, which my bad for wrecking. I was a little frustrated that whoever was race directing at the time wasn't watching the track to call out things like that. But I shouldn't have wrecked. It's my fault. So no big deal. And a lot of people, like, that was kind of a bad spot too, because where the Marshall cones were, which they were in a good spot, but if the Marshall looked to his left for half a second and that was when you fell over, you wouldn't have been seen. So it was happening to a lot of people. Now, so yeah, that was I only had a 6-lap pace, which was very disappointing. Going into Q2, went out and I took a nap in between because we had that 3-hour break. So I napped, got good sleep, came back, thrashed on the cars, wore my glasses instead of contacts, and did a lot better. But I still wasn't comfortable with the cars. You know, like I still didn't feel like I could push them. And this is when I started hit the phone call with Mike. Talked to Seth Van Dalen for like 2 hours on different ideas and different things to do, and he was super helpful. Zach Lingerman was talking to him. Will Alameda was talking to him. And Will, Crew Dog didn't hung out with me till 4 a.m. while I'm working on the car. Lopes was throwing some tips in. But yeah, so I thrashed on both my cars till 4:30. I was race 6 for the mains. So by the time I was done, I looked at the time, did the math in my head. I'm like, okay, I can probably get an hour of sleep in a bed. I think an hour of sleep is going to be more beneficial than just slouching on the pit table or going to my car. Deal. Lopes is in the same race as me, race 6. Like, we're covered. So I drive back to the Airbnb. I don't know if I woke Lopes up or if he was still up or what, but he was awake. He's like, oh, so we're race 6. When do you think we should get up? And I'm like, oh, I think if we get up at 6, like, we'll be good. He's like, dude, you should have stayed at the track. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, but we'll figure that out in the morning. And then at 8:30, Lopes was like, Alex, we missed our race. And I was like, oh, shit. Well, I can still make buggy then. And so, like, I'm rushing, putting on clothes, and I was just about to, like, sprint out the door, and Lopes was like, hey, man, race 11 is, like, halfway through, so don't break any speed records. There's no way you're making it. Okay, well, I'm at least going to go Marshall then. And I made it just in time to Marshall, where I should have been. But, so that killed my race program for the weekend, obviously. My fault. 24 hours got to me. Everyone warned me. Sorry, everyone. Sorry I let everyone down.
Remember after you shot that thing of whiskey and Cody was like giving you tips for what not to do?
Yeah, Cody's pissed.
Yeah, he has a right to be. Yeah, and as I told, because I was already catching slack for it at practice day this past weekend, which is deserved. Everyone has till the end of this upcoming Sunday of LCRC to take their shots. Free reign. I 100% deserve it. Get them in now. After this Sunday, I might get a little bitter over it. They're funny for now. So
They just hit harder a little later on.
yeah.
So like 3 months from now, if you make a joke about it, Alex will just walk with his head down and show.
I'll be like, hey man,
I'll have a joke for you this weekend, but you're probably going to be sleeping in the trailer and miss it, so I won't even see it.
There it is.
Yeah,
the real kick in the dick was when I slept through the beginning of hump day too, because I legit passed out on my couch, like still recovering, and then I woke up, I was like, fuck, hump day's on. It's like 8:20, and I like say in the chat like, oh sorry, I was sleeping, and Kevin was like, you have a real problem with that right now, don't you? I was like, oh man. So yeah, I know I'm ready for the belittling. It's deserved.
But
is it something that we have to worry about going into the LCRC?
Absolutely
season?
not. I'm caught up on sleep.
Yeah.
Good to go.
I don't let them know, but I actually fell asleep in the last like 10 minutes of it. So I was like watching it from
She's
bed.
gonna hear this.
No, she doesn't listen that long into us.
How deep are we? Oh, we're an hour deep. Yeah, we're right on the cusp.
Yeah,
she's still good for an hour.
We're right on the cusp. You never know.
It's like the Housewives of Atlanta podcast or something has taken over for her by this time. So last 10 minutes was left, and I like count myself like doing this the heavy head thing, and then it just, I don't know. Then I woke up and it was over with, and my phone was just there. So I missed the last 10 minutes or so.
Quitter.
It's funny. If I'm watching it in bed, I'm laying back, So
Yeah.
it's not my head going forward; it's my phone going to my head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So it smacks me away.
Yep.
Um. So, anyways, yeah, fell asleep, didn't wake up, blah blah blah. But I was able to pretty much put all my energy and concentration, which I had plenty of now. I was able to put all of that into supporting Dennis, being the best pit guy I can be. And it was super cool because he gave me a stop stick. So I had stop stick clipped on one end with the zinc. And then I had my spare 17 hex wrench clipped on the other side. So I was very tactical. Pocket full of body pins. Ready to go, dude. Super prepared. And then,
So tell us about your first time pitting.
so his truck, he raced truck once and his buggy twice. I'm convinced this truck could have done like 10 to 12 minutes on a tank. Like it was just dialed. We did like 9 minutes, I think. I pushed him to 9 minutes, and he still had more like in the tank I saw, but I didn't want to push him too far because he was running really good. So truck went good, and then I took that knowledge into e-buggy, and so then I started doing the mathy thing, and I made sure he was completely topped up on his outlaps, was timing his outlaps, and then when he came in for the down and quiet, I like measured, which I should have been doing this during qualifiers, obviously, but he said 7:30s, but after the truck thing, I'm like, I think we can do longer. So then I measured, did the math in my head after dropped him. I'm like, oh, we can probably do 8.5, like confidently. 40 plus was first for him, and he's against the likes of Adam Drake, Treffler,
And also, not to
Cigarello.
cut you off, but how long is a lap, average lap time?
45
45
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah, he was running
Okay.
45s.
So that's a decent amount of time if you're off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he was against the likes of Adam and Chicky and blah blah blah. So we knew that podium wasn't going to happen, and I convinced him to go out. He wanted to go out on green dirt bikes. I convinced him into the blues due to the 30-minute main or 25, whatever it was. And but I was like, hey, if you want, like, I'll bring the greens, try them, try the blues. If you hate them, just pull in and I'll change your tires in the middle of the race. Like, let's just get some R&D for your sportsman main. And so that's exactly what we ended up doing. So I brought him in, changed his tires, and I had Chicky on one side and Drake on the other. They're pit guys. So it was Red pitting for Drake, and then Papa Bernari on my right side pitting for Chicky. So I didn't want to screw those guys up. So I started testing Dennis's fuel mileage all of a sudden, and they were getting ready to come in. I'm like, I'm not going to change tires in the middle of them trying to do super fast pit stops. So I'm like, Dennis, stay out for another one. And it would have been like 8:40 probably. He flamed right at the last turn before pit lane, out of gas. I was like, oh man, we almost made it, but no rush. So change his tires, taking my time. So I told Dennis, I'm like, I'm not gonna rush to change your tires and start losing shit. But he went back out on greens and instantly loved them, way better than the blues. So I'm like, okay, we learned something, and I kept him at the 7:30 to 8 minute mark, and we were good. And then for his intermediate, I redid the math to verify, and it was really looking like I still felt confident we could do like no more than 8:30, but we were right there at that 8:30 mark. But he flamed out on a different part of the track this time due to out of gas. And I think he was driving the car harder, and I didn't take that for account in my head.
Yeah.
So I got to learn all the inner workings of that. I mean, I'm still pretty proud how close I was, because like the 2 times he flamed out, it was on the lap he was going to come in on. So
Now, a 7:30 versus an 8:30. Do you actually lose? I can't remember what how long his main was. Did you actually lose a pit stop by pushing it out 1 minute or no?
I think you have to do tens.
Yeah, you would have had to do tens to lose a pit
So
stop.
you really don't gain anything. It's better to run conservative all the time, unless you're gonna
I learned that.
max it out.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna max it out to the point where you're losing a pit stop.
Well, where we were sitting, how it was, because they got the Joker lane there too, and I was making sure Dennis held on to that thing to like the last 5 minutes, and how he was working out with having the Joker lane and everything. Like in my head, I'm like, I want to try to stretch him out a little bit. So then, like if we're doing 8, 16, 24, and it's a 30-minute main, then or whatever. But my idea was like I can just splash and go him one time to finish him off, rather than take 8 seconds to pit him, 7 seconds to pit him because I'm slow. I can just splash and go him for 3 seconds. So that was my goal and my idea, and I learned that didn't work out for this case. But
So one of your pit stops, you did click off a 6.5, by the way.
oh really?
Yep.
Oh damn.
I was watching, and Lefty was like, "Oh, dude, that is 6.5." You know.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I
one
did
of the
watch
f-
those
like-
races.
yeah, the faster pit guys were in
Fives.
like 5.5s or a
Yeah.
little lower. I think the fastest was probably like a low 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you clicked off a 6.5, and I was like, yeah, he's fine.
No, I was looking when I was
Yeah.
stuck in traffic on the way back. I was looking, trying to find my pit times, and I just kept seeing 7s, which I mean, I guess is fine. But if I did a 6,
Yeah.
I'm fucking first time ever doing it.
I want to say it was in the truck main.
Okay.
Was the 6.5?
Dennis and I were making jokes because how they were always announcing pit times on the live stream. Dennis was like, "Yeah, if I'm like doing really bad, I'm just gonna come in and just pretend you fill my car." So then they're like, "Oh, you know, so and so had a 5.5 second lap. Dennis Brew with a 2.2 second pit stop."
Yeah,
But we didn't do that. We should have, but we didn't.
that would be really funny.
Just set them.
Yeah,
But
he didn't even pick him up off the ground.
But yeah, I super enjoyed it, and I told Dennis I need redemption. Like if I mean I assume he'll make at least one of his mains at LCRC, but see how busy it is, I told Rob, I said if he makes a main,
Now
I
you
have to pit
jinxed
for him. Yeah, well maybe fuck him. Sorry, Dennis. But yeah, it was super fun. Like the whole time when we were standing in line waiting to go, Dennis and I are just like cracking jokes at each other. Like it was so much fun. Some guy's last name was Saboteur or something. So every time Lance said his name over the mic, Dennis just like, he comes from a long line of saboteurs. Like, just it was so funny. I wish we had a guy to record us, and then we could put on the mics on our headsets so we could record the banter. It was just hilarious. But yeah, so pitting is so much fun. Definitely made up for me not racing Sunday. I tried to get a good. I have some content I need to clip together, and I think I have a nice little vlog. I haven't
Sweet.
I haven't done anything with the clips yet, but I did actually sit and record everything, so I still got to see how it all turned out. But
Did you see the video I made in our group chat yesterday?
no,
I'm remaking it for the podcast page, but
our group chat.
Alex, it was
Taylor-
literally for you.
it's
Oh, that was when I was doing the thing at the place.
yeah.
I was busy. You guys wouldn't let me be.
It's like 3.5 minutes long, so you don't have to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it right now, and we all have to sit in silence. Oh, the tire gluing video. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I start.
Spoiler
It's a tips and tricks.
Yeah, I started watching it,
I'm gonna
but it was
re-record
too
it for
loud.
the podcast, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to
Speaking
watch
of
that.
I have the stuff.
The stuff.
Yeah, hold on.
The stuff, Mike.
It's-
Mike. Ah. What's that? Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Chris's wheel.
Oh.
I was gluing tires for him last night.
Oh. Very trick.
And if you're a audio only listener, we're looking at the new Clinic RC Truggy spoked wheels.
Yes, they'll get a little bit more of a showcase here in the next day or two. So
Yeah.
you guys will see a nice little video on them, with them, in it, them in it.
It and them
Yes. In
with
that.
consent. Consent first.
I don't know if they will have given me consent to do what I'm going to do to them. Yeah, I'm forcefully making them get stuck to something else. I don't know if they consent to that.
At least you're using rubber.
Yeah, there's a lot of rubber involved.
On that note, let's
What's the roll a commercial?
yeah, we're gonna roll a commercial.
Uh,
We're gonna hear from Nitro Caddy, the super official secondary sponsor of the podcast. We just talked about him. Speaking of which, I don't know how much he's actually gonna produce of this, but I have like a 5-minute clip because Dennis is. I told him, I was like, you got too much time on your hands because he has so much cool printed stuff, and nothing new of that sort is officially released, but I got full permission to show the clips, but I don't want to spoil it because I got a clip of him explaining everything. But anyways, Dennis Brew, Nitro Caddy, doing really cool things. Go check him out.
It's a starter box adapter plate. I got tired of the pins moving on me with the boxes. And what this plate does is it affixes the 4 corners of your chassis to the starter box.
Why are you counting slow? We're back. So I want to keep down the PNB train now, and so talk about my racing and blah blah blah. I'll do better next year. It was fun. I want to throw out a spotlight, and I'm going to transition that into another spotlight. So the first spotlight goes to Mr. Ryan Mayfield, because it would have been Saturday. I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday night. It was one of them nights. As I was pitting there with all those guys, and Zach Lingerman and Bradley and Colton Lingerman were pitting behind me, and Bradley just got a nitro car, and they only ran it at the Spring Fling at Adrenaline prior to PNB, and he was struggling with the tune all day with the engine and stuff, and so Lopes went and grabbed Ryan, and Ryan spent like 30 minutes. There was they found a bunch of little things with it that Zach was, because not Zach's super smart, just never touch a nitro car. Like Zach said, if this was a truck engine, I'd have no problem, but the carb was like a little loose and clocked, and like a couple real little things where it's super easy to miss. I mean, I don't know. But point being, Mayfield spent like 30 minutes as he was leaving to get that nitro engine good to go, and that was super cool to see. And now, reverting back to Taylor, when you were asking about the batteries I run compared to the tall boys and the pounders. So I've had this. Mike's had this discussion. We've all had this discussion. I'm talking publicly, not to you guys specifically, but Zach would run the low profile packs like the 6500, 6800 milliamps, and Colton and Bradley's trucks. And I noticed that at Motorama, and I was like, well, it's only 5-minute main, so it's probably fine. And then he was doing it again at PNB. I'm like, dude, like, I don't think you should be doing that, because he was saying how he's had ESC problems and motor issues in the truck running those batteries. And I'm like, it's all from your battery. Like, you need the big milliamp pack. And I was showing
What
him,
size was he running?
I think 65 or 68.
Okay.
But so like I was showing him my pack, which are 75 Gens Ace, and the brand doesn't even matter. So, but my packs were the full size 75s. And I'm like you need the milliamp, and he's like just pointed out. He's like, yeah, but my C burst is higher than yours is, and I'm like, ignore that little fucking tiny number, and then I'm like, think electronic, because Zach, mechanic, he gets it. I'm like, think electronic theory, like more milliamps, you're going to have more power essentially, because you're able to push more current in all that stuff we've talked about before. And I'm like, that's why you're having heat issues. That's why you're having ESC and motor issues, is because you're just trying to suck so much out of this little battery that this truggy can push. And like, it's not an actual size thing. It's a milliamp hour thing. It just so happens, those low pro shorties, you can only stuff so many milliamps in them right now. So had that talk with him. He was understanding. And then he ran the low pros and the mains, and Bradley's battery blew up in his race. And shout out to Anthony Donnelly, who's got a new nickname. He's not Loudmouth, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but now the firemen or something, because legit car on fire, and he pulled the battery out of the car and saved the car. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah.
Hero of the week.
Yeah, definitely.
Brought to you by.
Definitely. I didn't get to look at the car after, but I don't think anything got hurt on it other than the battery, and I assume the ESC or whatever. But so then, like after 30 minutes after that happened, Zach was back at the pits, and I like walked up to him, and I was just like staring at him, and he like looked at me and smiled. He's like, I know. I'm like, okay, as long as you know. But so yeah, that was neat.
Was it Bradley or Zach that you were smiling at?
Zach, because Zach's their dad, works on their cars and stuff. So
he just sent me a friend request here the other day.
yeah, he's super cool. They should be at the opener too, I believe. It's
Cool.
going to be Colton's birthday, and then I was talking to their mom. She's like, "Yeah, I don't know. It's Colton's birthday. I don't know if we'll be at the opener." I'm like, "That's literally the best reason to go." She's like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah.
So.
One of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to have you shout out some of the local regional people that we're used to racing with, who also made sometimes the 10-hour or more trip down to PNB. What all people did you see down there?
Oh, well, first of all, Ben Decker gets full flowers. Just drove down there on his own and won. Hello.
Whoa.
Won.
I watched his race. He had one hell of an awesome race.
Oh, yeah.
He came from the B main.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So climbed through the B main, started 17th in the A, and won.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Full flowers to him.
Him and Colton also had like a pretty good back and forth for a little bit. I thought Colton was going to take it, then Ben started putting the moves on him. That was
both those kids are so fast, especially Ben. Like, Ben was always fast, but I mean, in this past like literal calendar year, he's just been on a rocket ship of just getting ungodly faster, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Thomas Kaufman, because the viewers that don't know, he had an unfortunate trailer fire. He has a pit trailer, and he had his stuff all packed up ready to go, brand new Kyosho MP11s, and he unfortunately had a trailer fire and lost the house, and his actual residence and all that is fine, and no bodily injuries of any sorts, but basically everything he needs to go racing turned into ash, besides his steel C block from Kyosho. So bonus points Kyosho. But so very unfortunate for Thomas. This happened like literally the day before PNB, but Zach Wright hooked him up with a couple rental rides, and his Thomas's sponsors were cool with him just getting cars down there. So Thomas was running Techno, electric, and nitro buggies, and he, spent all day getting comfortable with them in practice and making the adjustments to his liking, and he ended up making the bump in nitro, I believe, to the B main, I think it was. But I mean, running cars you're super not familiar with, his old radio that just happened to be in the house instead of in the race trailer. So very unfortunate with what happened, and it sounds like through insurance and stuff, he's gonna get enough back. Things are starting to work out, but still sucks. So, but yeah, that was super cool. Of course,
That's good. I
yeah.
didn't hear that. I haven't talked to him since. I almost don't want to bring up a sore subject.
Yeah, no, he was in good spirits about it because he had it all on his homeowners and everything. So
Okay, good.
I was talking to Ezra about it again this past Saturday, and so from what Ezra was saying, they were figuring that he's going to be not 100% out of pocket. You know, like he's still going to be in the red from that, but it sounds like with their theory, he'll have everything back but a race trailer. You know what I mean? And maybe a truckie.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, maybe, and I'm not saying we should play the system a little bit, but if Thomas claims full MSRP for some of that stuff and he's got a little bit of help from his sponsors.
I think he already tried that.
Yeah.
But
Bless you.
so yeah, that happened.
Thanks.
Big Easy, Ezra of course was down there doing Ezra things. But first,
Oh, will Thomas be at the opener?
yes, I think.
Okay, cool.
I think. Pretty sure. I don't think I heard otherwise. So.
Yeah. Good.
Ezra's dad was down there, Paul. The whole Adrenaline locals. Pierre's, of course. The great Don Hillard.
Yeah.
Schreff was there.
Yep.
Navoso's there. Brew.
I watched
Malone.
Schreff and Chicky go back and forth for a couple races, e-buggy and nitro buggy.
Oh yeah, they were putting on some shows.
Dude.
Yeah.
I want to say it was it E-Buggy where Schreff was TQ and 40 plus?
It was one of them where Schreff got really screwed by lap traffic.
I want to say it was 40 plus E-Buggy that he TQ'd, and I was pissed off watching that race.
Yes.
Like not a single car gave him love.
So
The announcer never called out that's
yeah,
the leader.
yeah,
let him by.
not
They
once
could
in
hear
one
it.
race.
That you could hear on the stream. If he did in person, I don't know. And everyone saw Adam's car and basically fucking took themselves off the track out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So in person, because Lefty and Aiden were just doing the stream commentating, and then
Which I loved Aiden.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Doing,
yeah, it was
that
awesome.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did an awesome
Yeah,
job.
but the actual race directing part, there was pretty much no calling out leaders coming out by, or it was just the pace and the running order, and that was it. So
Yeah, like Schreff had like a 9-second lead at one point, and it got dwindled. Like he had one bad mistake that I remember, but he was getting slowed down so bad.
yeah,
And then they were racing him too. Like, come on.
Yeah. And the A-main people
Annoying.
should know better as well.
I agree.
yeah. But then in devil's advocate, if you don't know what Schreffler's paint scheme is, or who Schreffler is, or who anyone is, and you don't know half the people you're racing against, I'm not going to let this guy buy me because I don't know if it's for position or not. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I think we are talking e-buggy too. So
Yeah.
e-buggy is different because I was thinking usually you have your pit guy to help call out,
Yeah.
hey, this guy's a little faster, or etc.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Northeast showed a lot of Northeast / mid North, whatever you want to call Virginia.
Still call them in our Northeast.
Yeah, huge Sparko presence, which was super cool to see. For all those drivers. Of course, Hannah was there doing the JC and Sparko thing. Always good seeing her. Then
Shout out to you, Hannah, for taking some awesome photos
Yeah.
of all those Slow as Fast stickers.
I told her.
Wings and stuff.
It was. I think Jacob was going out for his Q1 or something, because
Yeah.
Jacob still had his stickers on his e-car wing, and she was.
He should. We paid him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But by the way, he wants 100% pay increase.
Okay, we can do
Yeah,
that.
I told him we could do that.
Yeah.
But
He's going to be at the opener, right?
I think so. I think they were planning
Okay.
on it. So yeah, we'll have
I'll
to
make that
square up
happen.
with him.
I'll have to hit the ATM on the way down.
Yeah,
I'll have
right.
to anyways.
Right.
So
Anyways,
Does he accept payment in gum wrappers?
if you had enough gum
Okay,
wrappers
we'll have to
to
ask
equal
him.
the monetary value of 100% increase on his current compensation, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I'll ask him.
it's aluminum, right? So you just need to equate that in
Mhm.
aluminum scrap. Anyway, Hannah was standing at the Joker Lane and she was taking a picture. I said, "Hey, make sure you get a good picture of Jacob's wing." Yeah, I put a sticker on the starting ramp. I put one of our stickers on the starting ramp.
nice.
I put one on the back of Seth Van Dalen's chair. I don't know if you found that one yet. Some of the people were. I was just like putting them in random, like on heat guns, fans. But yeah, it was PNB was a blast, dude. Dama was showing out with the Traxxuses as always. Always fun
Yeah,
to watch
Aiden
him.
actually got an interview with him too.
Yeah.
With the Jado.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Always fun to watch Braden whoop up on people with his cars. Yeah, that's I think all I got for P&B. You guys got anything to add on? Dakota, of course, killed it with, a dominant performance in both Nitro classes. Who won E-Buggy? B-Rose? No, Rifkin. Yeah. I know Rifkin run truck. Did Rifkin win E-Buggy too?
No, I don't think so.
I forget who won E-Buggy.
Yeah, I can look. I'll look
Actually,
it
no,
up.
he did. Yeah, Rifkin did win E-Buggy.
Yeah, I thought he
really?
did.
Because that's his first. It was his first major win in a while.
Yeah.
I remember the interview. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, you guys got anything else on PNB?
No. Maybe ACS commercial.
ACS commercial it is. Shout out
as a
to
break.
Tony and Colleen. They hooked us up with hooked me up with stickers to take down to PNB, of course, because I was fresh out after our Motorama shenanigans. So yeah, go check out Tony and Colleen. They're doing some big things down there in Monroeville. ACS Hobbies.
So, how do you hobby? At ACS Hobbies, we've got everything to fuel your passion and spark your creativity. Whether you're into RC cars, model trains, boats, or planes, we have a huge selection of kits, parts, and accessories. Need paints or tools? We've got you covered. Test your skills on our RC crawler course or race on our oval track. There's always something fun to do. Plus, discover an awesome range of games for all ages. ACS Hobbies is your ultimate destination for hobby enthusiasts. Visit us today and start building your next adventure.
We're back. All right, so we talked about PNB, and we have a very special guest lined up. A very special guest lined up to dive a little bit more deeper into his PNB experiences and some other hot takes he has. And I'm very stoked to have him on the podcast. And I'm going to keep that a secret because I think only us and he knows. So, pretty excited.
I'm excited for it too.
Yeah.
Because you talk a lot about him, and I've never met him.
Yeah.
That I remember at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
he said he's gonna come up for at least one LCRC this year. So I forget if he already had it planned which one, but yeah. Anyways, winding back. LCRC.
well, I do have to ask. I think just noticed this. Did you get hungry during our break? Because your microphone foam is missing some chunks.
Nah, the microphone was on the ground and my dog got hungry months ago, and I don't have another green one, so I don't know.
I just noticed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just that.
Ah.
Yeah. So, I'm ready for Skippy. LCRC. Okay. What is our expected entry count for the opener?
Oh, jeez.
So
about
with the
this.
weather being beautiful,
Yeah.
and I
Holy
know
crap!
people
You
were
see
like, "Oh, if
Thursdays
it's
in
gonna
the mid
rain."
80s.
Don't jinx any. I don't want to
I'm
talk.
not.
I
No,
don't want to talk weather in any manner.
I don't care if it rains because I'm on Kevin's side. If it rains, the track should
Oh
clear.
yeah.
But like it with the weather going projected to be beautiful, I am. I'm gonna say 326.
What was last year's?
It was in 300.
Oh yeah.
So last year was the record because remember
Ev-
we set a record for every
Besides
race
Mugen.
but Mugen, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact. There's already 17 entries for the one this
Can
weekend.
you actually see it on Live RC now?
Yeah,
Oh.
they are ahead of the game. I bet I can guess
About
who
a
it
month
is.
ago, I wasn't. Live RC wasn't.
Yeah, they
wasn't
have
showing them.
they have the crew uploaded. So the real question is, let's check out Nitro Truck. Oh, it's just Cody, no Taylor and Nitro Truck. What about Truggy? Okay,
Because he's waiting to surprise us.
there is a Taylor and E-Truck so far.
No, I'll have to tell Kevin because it's there and ain't gonna make it.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, he just put the crew in. Or Chris, I don't know who did it, whether it was Krista or Kevin, but I don't want to get yelled at for saying it was the wrong person. Anyway, the entry for last year was 351. So that's the current standing record. And
I'm gonna go 353.
I do know, I heard some whisperings that with gas prices right now in today's economy and some other things, some people already, not that they told me explicitly they weren't going to make the opener, but that they probably won't make every single LCRC event. This was like a handful of people that I heard this from. But
That's a horrible excuse when we have credit cards in this day and age.
I know, right? You just throw them in the lake once they're maxed out and you don't have to worry about them.
Absolutely. Let somebody else.
But and then I heard from more people than I heard. More people told me they were going to make the opener that either only came to a couple events last year or didn't come at all last year than people told me about not going. So, but this is like a group of 10 people I talked to. It's not like I'm running around with a clipboard and taking polls.
He does do that in his spare time.
Yeah, I do, actually. I love data. I love data. So yeah, Taylor says 353. I'm gonna say 360 even.
So you saw last year's entry count, right?
351 was last year.
Yep. Okay. I said 326. I'm gonna stick with 326.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down.
That's a solid number.
I'm gonna write it down.
It's not that I don't want to break the
I'm
record,
gonna write it down.
but
No,
that's
yeah,
just what I'm feeling.
yeah.
I'm feeling 326.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bid $1.
I want
Bob.
every race to break the record for the record. Yeah, pun intended.
Shall we?
Yes.
Shall we have a wager?
What do we wager?
I already have wagers with you. Now what are we doing?
Well, so you can't be
Losers shaves their mustache.
no.
That only negatively impacts him.
Me,
mainly.
yeah, dude. It took me 6 years to
You're
do.
supposed to go along with this, Mike.
Six years of
Yeah,
mustache.
loser shaves their mustache.
So what do we want to? You got to be, I guess, the closest. Just whether it's up or down.
So closest wins something, but then if we play who's
Closest without it
furthest
has to be close
off,
without going over.
Closest without going.
who's
right?
who's farther.
So like
away.
if it's 359, Taylor wins, right? Because I have
Closest without
yeah.
going over.
Because I have 360 and I'd be over. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Like
Yeah.
Price is Right rules.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's
What's the wager? What's the wager? Because we will know the official count. Well, the official count doesn't come down until Sunday.
$1.
No,
No, that's my prediction is one entry. I can't lose.
Oh,
Well, I can't win
$1,
either.
Bob.
yeah.
$1, Bob. I'll let you both
Okay,
go
I'm bidding
over, then I win.
$17, Bob.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we know there's 17 already, so
Yeah, minus
17.
1 actually. So
Yeah.
and then if you are both over, I win.
Yeah. It's true. Too late. You're already locked in. You're written in blood
Yeah,
ink.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I'm good with my guess. I'm good with my guess.
We want to do our standard $20.
I was gonna go with lunch from Dean's, but then I guess we
Ooh.
don't know till Sunday,
Yeah, we won't know till Sunday. That's the caveat.
and Dean's is closed on Sunday.
Correct.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be for the next race.
Okay. How about this?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
or we all do $20, and we have to store the money, and we aren't allowed to spend whoever's winnings until the cancer race on raffle tickets.
See, I like that because like the wager that you and I have for like every race or whatever,
Mhm.
all of that money I'm leaving in the trailer for the cancer.
All the money I'm gonna win.
But or all the money that I'm gonna win. Goes both ways. Yeah. And if it just trades hands all fucking season, then it trades
I
hands.
hope it trades hands. I hope it not
But-
just be handing you
but
40
there's-
bucks every weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, but so at least there's gonna be at least a $40 donation to the cancer race.
Right.
At a minimum.
Right. So yeah, I would like to instill this between us three, and if Davey joins in when he's on, then thoughts, opinions, concerns.
We can
Yeah,
get
fine.
Chris and Lauren.
Yeah.
We can ask them too if they would like it on
Yeah,
it.
and
Since they're gonna be staying in our immediate
yeah,
group.
and
so.
the caveat is whoever wins each weekend, that money has to be spent at the cancer race on raffle.
Fair.
Cool. Okay, it's a bet. All right. Well, we spent 10 minutes talking about how we're gonna gamble. What else? So
Trying to
yeah,
think.
same track layout as the Halloween race, which did hold tremendous. Like I would have never guessed if I didn't know. I would have never guessed it was a layout that's been in all winter long. I would have never guessed.
Who's gonna take Pro Nitro Buggy and Pro E Buggy?
Assuming Hardison and Lee and Jonah are coming like I was told it, which I don't know now because Lee posted on Facebook that his next race was going to be the World's Warm Up. So I don't know if that's his next like big race or what.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just wasn't in like, so I don't know if he's still coming or not, but assuming if those three come, I'm still going to pick Greg Harmer for both.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
am-
throw Greg in there and maybe Ethan in there. Shreff. Oh,
I'm gonna
Shreff's
say
too.
Schreff is taking e-buggy or Schreff is taking nitro buggy. That's what I'm guessing.
Okay.
No way. Unless Greg has a catastrophic event. I do want to throw Ben Decker's name in the hat, though.
Yeah.
He's my wild card. I do see him having potential to have some wins this year.
You know, I'm going Shreff over Harmer for the fact that Shreff's been racing and Harmer has not.
Harmer has
So
been.
That's
might
why-
take-
Harmer has been. He's been racing carpet.
Oh.
8 scale though?
He's
Yeah,
been
no,
racing
eight
that
scale.
Techno 4-wheel buggy on carpet, whooping up at rhythm. And Mike, you always say how good carpet treats you come outdoor season.
It does. But it also doesn't train experience.
Oh yeah, Treffler definitely has experience, but Harmer's fast.
Oh no, Greg is very fast.
All right, $20.
No, more money.
My top 5 bets. I'm only doing Nitro Buggy. I'll write it down. Harmer.
I'm gonna say it's Schreff. I'm sticking to my gut.
Yeah.
Schreff, you better not let me down. You're
Yeah.
watching this.
And this is strictly Nitro Buggy. So, I'm writing all this down. Okay, second place.
Oh, we going?
Harmer. I'm going Harmer for second if Schreeff's winning, so
That's a hard. All right, Harmer's gonna have a mistake, and it's gonna be Ethan. Just so I can be a little different than Mike, because Mike, I think you're pretty spot on. So
I was gonna
go
put
Ethan.
I was gonna put Ethan third.
I'm gonna put Ethan second.
And then if some of the outsiders, like say Jacob, Lee, Jonah, show up, just put them kind of ahead.
Yeah, I'm basing these
they're
top
asterisks off the side.
Yeah, I'm basing
Yeah.
these top 5 on who I'm like 99% sure will be there.
So I was gonna say, let's do this. So these are our predictions for the people that we know that are going to be there, and say they're spread out between the top 10. If they fall in that order, say they finished 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah.
They're still 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how we'll
like
gauge
that.
these.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Third place? You said Mike, you said Ethan?
I'm gonna do Ethan. Yeah.
And Taylor, you're taking Harmer?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing, Alex? Dennis Brew?
No.
He's not even racing in that. How'd he win?
Depends if I'm pitting for him.
He's just over by the line, dropping his car.
It's
on it.
Smoji down there.
I also want to listen to Alex calling this race as he's like docking a lap to help fix
fix my prediction.
Yeah.
The best part about this is we're gonna forget these, and we're on our recap. We'll go back and look at.
Yeah.
He's writing
Just
them
leave
down.
I'm writing them down.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
he'll
just leave them on
forget
your
'em.
desk and join our recap.
I have to go with Shreff for third.
Okay.
4th place.
Oh, we're doing top 5.
I'm taking Ben Decker for 4th.
That's a good 4th place pick.
I want to put Ben at 3rd, but he definitely has a speed to beat Shreff, but I think veteran presence is going to stand strong with Shreff. Somewhere in the top 3.
Crap, I forget his name.
What's his name?
They were just talking about him on Hump Day, and one of their old picks.
There's a few
Jamie?
names I'm
I
not
just
sure
don't. I
about.
just don't.
Jamie Gray.
Jamie Grayick. If he's going to be there,
Yeah, he only came a couple times last year.
Yeah.
I know.
He's
but if
also
he's
on a new
there,
car.
I don't care. He's fast as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's such a good driver.
Yep. It's also going to be Mike Traharn's debut as a Nitro Buggy driver this weekend.
That's awesome, actually.
And expert.
Yep.
So Jamie's gonna be one of the asterisk names because we don't know
Yeah.
who's actually gonna be there. So
I'm picking Juan Lopez for
Ben.
5th.
So there's a group of names, and that's one of them. I was going to throw out there Colton Fernari, Alex Burns,
See,
Brian Cotta,
but well,
Brian shows
yeah,
up.
Brian and Colton.
Paul
is,
Chicky, Juan Lopez, Thomas, Ada Manchanda. I mean, they're kind of
So who,
round out that.
who are you picking though? You can't just fucking spout 10 names and say one of them. Idiot.
Mike, you go first.
He already did. He said Ben.
I'm not fully locked in on Ben, but I want to hear that list again because I don't know. I don't remember everyone's names.
Juan
like-
Lopez,
Okay.
Chicky,
Yeah.
Colton Fernari.
Okay.
Brian Cotta's
Col-
kind of like
Colton
an
got
asterisk.
fast,
He's not as
too.
yeah. Alex Burns,
Gavin Nipple.
Alex
Thomas
is
Kaufman,
quick.
Gavin Nipple.
Thomas, Gavin.
Joey.
Manchanda?
Joey.
Is Joey showing up?
Bordone is
Joey's
Joey
coming.
is confirmed.
Yeah.
He's going to be there.
Fuck, I completely forgot
and
he was
this
coming.
is one of the things I wanted to wrap up too. And PNB
Joey fucking killed it, dude.
Yeah. Hell
He had
yeah.
what, 7 months off or 5 months off or something crazy, and he came out
I
fucking
kept telling
qualified
Messi,
A mains.
saying, "Don't call it a comeback," and then here he podiums.
Yeah, I'm like semi-pro retired, fucking, or semi-retired pro
when-
driver.
When Joey was there the last race, I think he got what, 3rd or 4th?
Second.
He got 2nd?
Yeah, he won e-buggy and got second to Harmer and pro and Nitro.
Fuck, so I got to change my list because Joey is
I'm gonna throw
confirmed to be
Bourdon
there.
first.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Harmer first.
I'm just throwing Bourdon up front.
So then, are you just moving
Just
your whole
shoot-
list down?
Yeah.
Shift
yeah.
my list down 1, 2, and put Joey at the top.
I'm putting Joey in third, in between Shreff and Ethan. And Juan is going to get a strong 6th place. Sorry, Juan, I'm knocking you off my top 5 prediction.
Do I have 5 now or no?
You have 4.
What's Chris's last name? That runs Expert.
Mahakian?
That's he's also a contender for
Yeah.
top 5
Yeah.
for sure.
He's been racing.
I
a
just
good
always
bunch.
forget.
I saw Mahakian was down in running the Florida races.
Like Taylor, your whole list is like who I'd be fighting for 5th in my list because they all have potential.
Yeah,
reaching
Taylor,
top
you
5.
have Joey, Shreff, Ethan, and Greg. And then Mike, you have Ben semi-locked in as 5th place with Joey, Shreff, Harmer, Ethan, Ben rounding out the top 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Colton because Colton's got more nitro buggy.
Assuming,
experience.
what if Colton doesn't come though?
Oh gosh. All right. Juan. I'm gonna go with Juan.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
I'm gonna trade
It's
Ben
tough
for
because
Chicky.
yeah, Ben, I'm sorry, you're fast as hell, and you're doing great, and I want to support you. Just the nitro buggy experience hasn't been there yet.
Ben, I believe in you. Don't worry, buddy.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Ben, you're fast as shit, and you're super fast. But Chicky is just more likely to finish the race.
Ben, I believe in you. I believe in you 100%. You're gonna beat all those cats.
Nitro buggy's got a race of nutrition.
Yeah.
A little bit. So.
Speaking of nutrition, I'm getting hungry.
I know.
All right, so there's our top 5s. I'm putting that aside. To recap, I vote Harmer, Ethan, Bourdon, Shreff, Ben Decker. Mike votes Joey, Shreff, Harmer, Ethan, Chicky. Taylor votes Joey, Shreff, Ethan, Harmer, Juan. Now, what's going to happen is none of those guys are going to end up showing up. Fuck!
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm super stoked, and we have a lot of big hammers moving into expert this year too. With Trey Harn, Nick Camasco is one to look out for.
Oh yeah, Nick.
So yeah.
What if Bob Walker Jr. shows up?
Yeah. He's definitely a main contender.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not quite top 5 yet.
No, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Bob, but I'm not putting you in the top 5.
I think Bob's a main, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked to see how the season goes. I just hope we can enjoy it and it doesn't fly by. It's gonna feel like yesterday when we're after the Halloween race recapping this whole season. But well, I think we're done. You guys got anything else to add?
I do really like predictions. I think we should continue to do this.
Yeah.
I would like to see our listeners get in on this too. Why don't if you're listening to this, and we should comment on our Facebook on one of the reels or somewhere, or when I post the link to the YouTubes or something like that. Why don't you guys post your top 5 predictions?
Yeah.
How about that?
And I will I'll try to clip the bit where we just recap our actual predictions, and you guys should comment on that clip or wherever.
Yeah.
Message us.
Make that one. That's gonna be a big long clip.
No, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. Just the bit where I was like, "All right, recapping. This is what we got." But yeah, even message the page. Tell us what you like. Just straight up message. If you ever want to message the page, anytime, do it over anything.
Yeah, feel free. I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Sorry.
No, it's always the race to see which one of us actually looks at it, but then we always get scared that someone's already typing and.
Sorry. Yeah.
So. Anyways. Thank you for tuning in to episode 38. Next time you hear from us, it will either be the LCRC recap or our special secret guest. Those are going to be right about the same time, so I don't know who's.
Oh, we're doing 2 episodes separate.
Yeah, because we'll recap with Cody, and
Okay.
then
Yeah.
do our other guy. So then just however our schedules are, where Cody lines up to recap LCRC. I don't know which one's going to be out first, and then I can always drop accordingly too. So
Yeah.
but that's all I got. Shout
Me
out,
too.
shout out all the people,
Me too.
the things and the stuff. LCRC,
All the peoples.
ACS,
Nick and Siki's, LCRC.
Techno,
I'm trying to go in between you.
JC, empty
46RC.
empty designs.
Techno.
You caught the words out of my mouth there.
Crispy.
Crispy,
Oh, yep.
Crispy Paints. Nitro Caddy.
Nitro Caddy.
Yeah. Nailed them. All right.
And you, the listener.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the watchers and the followers. Make sure you like,
Yeah.
share, subscribe, follow, comment, message. Friggin' take a picture with your car and a sticker on it and post it and tag it.
Yes.
We love seeing our stickers in the wild. Like whether they're on your
It's
car, your
sick.
pit box,
And
your glass, you know.
yeah, and every like couple weeks we want to change our banner to your guys' cars and stuff and
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do
change
that.
it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
Tag us in your posts, whatever. We'll save them.
Yeah. Your race reports, if you got the sticker on your car, consider us a sponsor because we're not paying you anyways.
And odds
Well, we
are
gave you a free
probably not
sticker.
paying you either. So it's the same.
Yeah.
You're getting free stickers from us.
Yeah.
Are you even getting free product from your sponsor? No, but you are from us.
Yeah.
And it is confirmed that it does shave off a couple tenths. We've had a couple people say that.
And that was reiterated at PNB too.
Yep.
That little bit of rear weight on the wing
Yep.
balances it like a helicopter blade. Aight. That's it. We're done. See y'all at LCRC.
Bye.
Bye.